Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be unhiding the truth, an original story from our series. A twisty tale of secrets and family dynamics. If you enjoy it, please subscribe. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 24 years old. And what I am about to share with you changed everything I thought I knew about my life and about the woman I called Mom. Growing up, I never felt wanted. My mom, or the woman I thought was my mom, was cold, not abusive, not cruel, just distant, detached. Like she was going through the motions of raising me without ever actually connecting. I'd get decent grades. She'd nod, never smile. I'd win a school art competition, she'd say, "That's nice," and turn back to folding laundry. Every hug felt one-sided. Every birthday, mechanical. I used to tell myself she just wasn't good at showing love. That maybe she was raised tough. That maybe I was hard to love. But deep down, I always wondered, what did I do wrong? When I turned 18 and moved out for college, I didn't cry. Neither did she. There was no "I'll miss you," no tearful goodbye at the dorm. Just a short, "Text me if something serious happens." So I didn't text. For months. And yet, she always paid my tuition. Always made sure I had groceries when I came home. Always transferred exactly $100 on the first of every month. It didn't make sense. She didn't seem to like me, but she never let me fall. Then, last year, I collapsed at work. It was sudden, sharp pain in my side, nausea, blackout. I was rushed to the ER. The doctors ran tests, asked questions, and when she arrived, she didn't look worried. Just calm, quiet. Like always, they needed a family medical history. She handed over what she had. But when the nurse returned, her face was puzzled. "Ma'am," she said gently, "the records aren't matching." My blood type was different. Some genetic markers didn't align. They thought maybe it was a clerical error. But I saw my mom's, her face. She didn't flinch, but something in her eyes dropped. Like a door finally giving way. That night, in the quiet hospital room, she sat beside me and said the one sentence that changed everything. "Emily, I'm not your biological mother." Silence then. "What do you mean?" She swallowed. For the first time in my life, I saw her hands tremble. "You're my sister's daughter. She died 24 years ago. The day you were born." I couldn't breathe. I didn't even know she had a sister. "Why wouldn't you ever tell me?" I asked, voice cracking. She looked down. "Because the truth would have destroyed you." She didn't say what she meant, but I knew. Something taboo. Something forbidden. Something society would never forgive. "She died during childbirth," she whispered. "And the father, he disappeared." I was 20 years old. No job. No plan. But I couldn't let you go into the system. So I signed the papers. I raised you as mine. And I kept quiet. Because I wanted to protect you from the shadow of a story you never asked for. My head spun. 24 years of confusion, resentment, and silent pain suddenly rewrote themselves in my mind. Maybe she wasn't cold. Maybe she was carrying a secret so heavy that it swallowed every part of her. She thought of herself as a substitute, not a mother. She held back love because she thought she didn't have the right to give it. And I had hated her for it. So, the next weekend, I drove back home. She opened the door, expecting distance. What she didn't expect was the long hug I gave her. No words, just arms around her. For the first time, I felt her body shudder. She was crying. "I didn't know how to tell you," she said into my shoulder. I nodded. I know. We sat down. This time, not across the room like strangers, but next to each other, like mother and daughter. She told me everything about Rachel. How beautiful she was. How rebellious. How she fell in love with someone she wasn't supposed to. Someone older, powerful, already married. How when the pregnancy came, the family tried to hush it up. But Rachel refused to hide. So they hid her instead. Sent her away for the final months. And when she gave birth to me, she never left the hospital. Everyone wanted to give you up, she said. Put you in foster care. Pretend you never existed. But I couldn't. You were just there. In that tiny blanket, crying like you knew the world didn't want you. I wanted you. It broke me. Because for years I thought she barely tolerated me. When in fact, she had carried me into every room where I didn't belong and said, she stayed. I looked her in the eyes and asked the one question that had haunted me for days. Why did you never tell me I was loved? Her answer was a whisper. Because I didn't think I deserved to say it. And maybe she didn't. But I did. I told her that day, you were my mother every time you showed up, even if it didn't feel like love. She nodded. And you were my daughter every time I was too afraid to say so. We cried. Together. For the first time in 24 years. And then, we started over. I changed the name on my phone from Barbara to Mom. I sent her flowers on her birthday, with a card that said, from your stubborn daughter. I even asked her to come with me to therapy, not to fix the past, but to learn how to walk forward, side by side. There are still questions, still shadows of a story I'll never fully understand. But I know this. I wasn't born from love, but I was raised with sacrifice. And now that I know the truth, I can finally stop looking for what was missing. Because it was never missing. It was right beside me all along, just hidden beneath fear.